This game came with a trank gun, okay?
Oh, the humane option.
And you can do that.
And then you go shake weight them.
And this is like the plasma trank gun. And this thing, what it does...
I don't like that.
Is it vibrates in a manner that is both sexual and painful at the same time.
It's deeply erotic.
Night Dive Studios.
Well, that's safe.
Welcome back to Watson&James Don't Play. My name is James.
I'm still Watson.
Are we playing... Oh, I know what we're playing.
You know what we're playing.
You know how I know? Because I clicked play on it before we started playing.
And I've always assumed you were literate, but I guess I didn't know until just now that, yeah, you probably are literate.
I got to let this whole thing play out real quick because this intro is awesome. We're playing Turok II, Seeds of Evil.
Ooh.
And... Man, there's something special about late 90s game development.
Yeah, it was a magical time.
Edgy. Everything was edgy.
Well, look at this. The mid to late 90s in general, very...
Why does he have sunglasses on? Why does he have teeth?
I guarantee his name has an X in it.
Oh, somewhere, yeah.
It's like Jax or Dax or...
He just keeps shooting, too. So you die... Bang, bang.
Welcome to hell, motherfuckers. Brought to you by Mountain Dew.
Turok II, Seeds of Evil. Press enter, and the first thing that we need to do is go to options. We need to go to enter cheat.
Yeah, we do, because we're that kind of player, guys.
And I still remember the cheat.
That is extremely impressive.
Did you?
I just want to say, nerd points increase, you know?
Activating cheats will disable achievements for the active game.
Why do they even still say that?
I don't care.
All cheaters know we're not doing it for the, you know.
So here's what I don't do. I don't turn invincibility on.
That's fair.
But I turn everything else on. Mm-hmm. And I'm talking everything else too.
I'm usually
Infinite lives.
I'm usually pretty straightforward. I want the lives and the ammo. I don't necessarily need any of the other ones. The other ones are icing. But I love just not having to worry about extra lives and ammo.
Why does it say go, I wonder, on that one? I can't click it, so I can click this one and I can check it on and off.
Does that make you feel good?
It does make me feel good. Thank you for asking. It just asked me if it made me feel good.
I like that. See, because that's the kind of in-your-face, edgy game this is. They want to actively bully you for a thing they put in their game.
I'm going to click this one and see what happens.
Ay caramba.
Ay caramba. All right, a little bit insensitive. All inventory.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
That just said I should be ashamed of myself.
Wait, does Dark City down there, does that change this to the sci-fi film Dark City starring Jennifer Connelly?
I think it just makes the game dark.
Let you play as Jennifer Connelly?
Yeah. Spooky mode, 2 spooky mode.
Yeah, Dark City's probably like, what, always nighttime or whatever?
Yeah, all right. I think I'm just going to do...
All map would probably be a good one.
No, not necessarily, because having the map... So, not having all map... lets you know where you need to go.
All right, so I'll go fuck myself then. That's fine.
Sorry, but yeah.
I have no idea what it meant, so yeah.
Pen and ink mode is distracting because it's just black lines on white background.
Yeah.
It's hard to see what's going on.
Some games and things work well with that, some don't, yeah.
Super rock mode.
I think we're good though, right?
Yeah, that's good. New game.
I get it. Rock, R-O-K. That's funny. That's funny, Turok.
Do I put it normal or hard? Because I have all the weapons.
Hardcore, baby.
All right. Yeah.
What?
Do you want to disable it?
Hey,
no.
that thing you did. You sure you want to do that, pussy?
All right. This is the intro cinematic, and...
Yeah, let's do it.
No. I don't want to... Ah! There we go. I just freaked out. I was like, how do I skip all this?
Do you need to take 5 minutes? You okay? You all right, buddy?
I'm all right. There we go.
Right.
Hey!
Yeah, you're fine.
We're playing the game now.
Yeah, this is the game, baby.
I don't have all the weapons. All right. Well,
you got some good weapons.
We got a bow and arrow.
You got some. Did you have the Freddy Claw, basically? The two. Well, I guess
it's like a talon.
Yeah, I guess technically it's like a talon.
This looks a lot better than it did on Nintendo 64. Wow.
Crisp.
Night Dive Studios, the people that developed this remake, this is what they're known for.
I buy that.
They've done some other really good remakes.
I'm gonna say you could build a good reputation up doing this to Turok II.
This is the thing they do, and they remake them in a way that is, it doesn't disrespect the property.
You can
because this still feels like Turok II on N64, just crisper and smoother.
And you can tell when these kind of things are done by people who care and done by people who are, oh, I got a deadline and I'm trying to make as much money off this as I can as quick as possible, so let's shove it out there. And yeah, like you said, there's a respect level that you kind of have to have anytime you're remastering or redoing a game or movie, whatever you're doing. If you're not coming at the original with a certain amount of reverence, your adaptation's going to suck. You know?
I do. So I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Is the Scholastic Book Fair still a big deal?
I think it's a racket. I
Okay.
think it's a real racket.
Real racket. All right, break it down for me.
I don't know how, because it
And I'll
seems
have a
very shadowy.
I have a reason for asking this, by the way.
Yeah,
But
we'll circle back around to your reason for asking if you want me to float my theory real quick.
it's Turok related, believe it or not.
Wow,
Yeah,
not Animorphs related. I'm surprised.
we'll get to that too.
Have we just been looping? Were you doing a Nathan there?
I was,
Or you just kind of went back
Yeah, well, you know, I got to make sure it's safe.
guarding that perimeter, baby.
Gotta kill this guy real
So,
quick.
being somebody who is somewhat familiar with, publishing, and also whose mom was a teacher, so she was intimately involved with like the Scholastic Book Fair and
You
stuff.
kind of know the business a little bit, right?
Like I know a little bit of both sides of it, more than just, what I did when I was in 4th grade. But apparently it's really like there are just warehouses full of books and stuff, and they truck books everywhere, and like they're very much in charge of where all the books come from in most school districts and most places. Like there's some kind of deal at play there.
Oh,
And then
that sounds super sketch.
And then there's some weird stuff that happens with like damaged books and reselling them. It gets real weird. You ever see like a place that'll offer like books that don't have covers, and you just notice they all don't have covers?
When you say don't have covers, you mean there just is no cover, it's just pages?
Like
or...
it's been just ripped off.
Oh, God.
Like physically ripped off.
I've never seen that before.
Oh,
no.
you've never encountered that?
No, that's weird.
All right, so that's a sign of like an illegal book, basically. It means that whoever got that book and is trying to resell it or give it away or whatever probably got it through nefarious means.
Kind of like in the movies where they rip the guy's like patches off and stuff and say you're gone. That kind of thing? Like you're up to no good, we took your patches off? Or is that a stupid comparison?
I mean, I'm trying to think of a good analogy. The ripping part, sure, great analogy there. Both a lot of ripping, and it leaves with that kind of.
And then the next scene, the guy's putting a plastic bag over his head, and you're like, "Oh, this is dark."
It's more like when in movies where they go to the stash house and they go, "Here's all the fake merchandise," and it's just a big stack of like stuff that looks kind of off. It's kind of like that, where you're just like, "What's up with these books? Why are they all like this?
What's going on here?
Something's wonky with this." I don't know what's going on. I'm just saying we need to look into it. We need to make a hashtag. We need to make a lot of people's lives miserable, probably over nothing.
I'm gonna do the Bubbles thing from Trailer Park Boys.
Do your thing, internet.
Something's fucky.
Something's real fucky with Scholastic. I don't know what it is, but there's something there. So what's Turok related about it?
There were Turok novelizations when I was a kid.
Of course there were.
And there was a Turok novelization for this game. No, I don't want the bow and arrow. I want the gun. Ah, jeez.
Oh, like the best game in the series. There's a book for that.
Right.
It's crazy.
There was a book for the first one, too. And it wasn't very long. I would say maybe 100 pages.
I'm assuming they were aimed at what, 12-year-olds?
It's a Scholastic paperback book.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a young adult book, so it's going to be what, like 10 chapters that are 5 pages each or whatever?
Right. A game that I think at the time was rated M for mature. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, look at it.
Well, look, they want to diversify and get as much revenue as they can, so they're like, look, we can't market it directly to the kids because the game's rated that way. But the book, I mean, you can say it, you can print whatever you want. It's the kid's imagination.
And I think that the Turok backstory, so to speak, is that Turok is usually of Native American descent. And they go to the Lost Lands, or I forget what this place is called. We could have found out if we watched the intro in the beginning of the game, but we didn't, because who has time for such nonsense?
Who does a whiff of research on this show? No
and
one.
I think that I don't want to say his name wrong because I
Then
don't want to be
yeah,
disrespectful.
then don't.
So I'm not going to say his
Yeah,
name at all.
That's good. Call him wife beater.
I think his name was Joshua in the book. I'll say his first name. The last name I know that if I get wrong will be disrespectful.
Oh, okay.
You
Well,
know,
there you go.
because it's
Yeah,
a
if
native name.
If you know his first name, then yeah, just say that.
Yeah. So, and it's about him getting transported to this land and him dealing with all the stuff that comes along with that. But it is clearly marketed to 12-year-old white children. And
There's a real
I have a-
strong point of view there.
I have a feeling that if I go back and read it, I'm gonna go, oh, this isn't very cool.
Oh, I'm sure it's very disrespectful.
Yeah.
and probably just runs right up to the border of propaganda.
Maybe, or I go back and read it and I go, all right, this is super cool, and they got a lot of things right.
Like, Grandpa always told me how much he loved white men. Like that kind of thing is probably more where it's at, though.
But I have a feeling it's just going to be like, a lot of that.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of just poorly to not researched anything. Yeah, it's probably terrible.
I ran into this game a lot when I was a kid, though, because I was allowed to. I was not allowed to play GoldenEye. Mother did not care for GoldenEye. She had this thing about games where I was killing people.
I think my mom had a similar kind of thing, where the more realistic, quote unquote, the enemies got, the more human they got, the more my mom was like, this is weird.
And I'd say maybe a couple weeks ago, I hooked up all my old retro consoles on the big TV downstairs. It's all set up, ready to go. Anytime somebody gets a hankering for GoldenEye, I got it, baby. It's ready to go. And I'm playing this, and I go, all right, I kind of get why Mom didn't like this game. This is pretty graphic, pretty violent. I can see why she's like, you know what? I don't think 10-year-old James should be playing this crap.
Counterpoint. I had to remind my mom that she really enjoyed Mario, and the whole premise of that is literally destroying turtles by stepping on them. Something much more easily recreatable in real life. And also the first sign of like a serial killer, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, look, if you're looking for things, you can find them, but I assure you, I'm not going to go throw a hat, Odd Job style, at somebody over this.
This game she was cool with, though. And I'm like, Mom, look at this. And I bust out the cerebral bore, which I wish I had access to. We're going to go back to the cheats real quick and see if there's something I'm doing
You
wrong.
can pop that right back up. Yeah.
It's just go.
Be ashamed of yourself.
All right.
Wasn't there a little like... Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
nuke weapon.
Fucking on. is
I
what it
love
is.
this weapon.
Flamethrower.
This is like the Predator thing. There we
Yeah,
go.
ooh,
All
it was
right.
like the Predator
Now we're in business.
Yeah, I miss when they would just
Yes!
kinda shamelessly take things from other franchises and be like, our franchise doesn't have that, but we could just take the
Yeah, just
Predator
take
weapon.
it. It's
We
fine.
could just put it in ours too.
Yo, I got another Predator disc because we're going to use it real quick.
We're gonna call it a Turok disc. Also, it's also gonna be a disc.
Oh, this is great.
Yeah. Crisp. That crispness really pays off.
So I'm going to bust out the cerebral bore and show you what it does.
Yeah.
This is the cerebral bore, and we're going to find ourselves an enemy,
Doesn't look like a pig at all.
and I'm going to show you what it does. And
Or bore like tunnels.
this is
but I'm
the thing
imagining it
that
puts big holes and shit. Right?
Mom saw it, and she was like, "This is fine." So there it goes, and that's what it does.
Oh, like bores into their skull.
Yeah, this is like
All right.
some.
I'm into that.
Yeah.
Oh, I would have been so hyped up about that at like 2 in the morning when I was
died.
10.
Whoops. I forgot I didn't have invincibility on. I'm just standing there going, man, look at this.
It's all right. You get
One life remaining.
drugged back. up.
One
You're
life
good.
remaining. Oh, that picture up there was rough looking.
Is it gonna just keep saying one life? Do we have that one?
So the PC
activated?
version, the Night Dive Studios version of this, they were like, you know what? They kind of tucked things away in a way that wasn't obvious when I was a kid, because I'm like, where the hell am I supposed to go?
Yeah.
You see these little exclamation points? They're like, it's over here, dude.
Just in this general direction here.
It's over here.
You'll be all right. It
Sorry
does-
about that.
I mean, I could get lost amongst the ruins pretty easily. I feel like as well.
This was my favorite gun.
That's
This
a
is
pretty
the
sick looking gun.
this is the shredder, and it does this. Boom.
All right. So what? I don't think we've ever talked about what was in these types of games. Were you shotgun guy? Were you assault rifle guy?
This was my go-to weapon. This
Shotgun
is
guy.
it's basically a plasma shotgun.
You're not a sniper or one of that.
I became a sniper over time,
Really?
and whenever Halo 2 came out, they kept track of accuracy in the game stats at the end of every match, and that was my thing. I was Eagle Eye.
Okay,
That
so
was
yeah,
the
you
thing
may
that-
not lead in kills, but you would be like, I got 98% of the shots I took, though.
Right. And that was the thing that I was proud of.
Yeah.
And then Halo 3 came out, and they did away with the accuracy thing and replaced it with kill-death ratio. And I'm like,
Oh, yeah, I remember when that became what it became, yeah.
and I said, this isn't football.
yeah.
This is a shooting game.
It's closer to baseball with those stats. though.
Right. But the KD ratio was the new thing, and I just kind of I played the shit out of Halo 3. At the time, I didn't live near anyone I knew, and me and a buddy, we would play for hours online because we lived 4 hours apart.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And we unlocked the Hayabusa armor, which was the big thing. You found all the skulls in the game,
Hell yeah.
and we did that for a good year, maybe 2 years, and then I just kind of they made another Halo game, and I never got it, and I just kind of lost interest after that.
Yeah.
It wasn't my thing anymore.
I feel like around that time I was probably playing. That would have been first generation Xbox.
Halo or Halo 2?
The one you were playing.
Halo 2's first generation. Halo 3 is on 360.
So if we're
But it
talking-
was like 2007 360, so really close to Xbox.
Okay, so I'm thinking back to like 2002.
Okay.
So original Xbox when you were playing 2. Halo 2.
That was probably 2005, 2006.
Okay, so in 2005, I think I was 2005, 6, I was probably playing 007 Nightfire,
Oh, yeah.
which is still to this day the single greatest James Bond game ever made for any platform. Don't at me.
You've said that before, and I really want you to explain your position.
God, it's so good.
Is
It's
it?
so good? Okay, look, you opened this episode with your love of like late 90s and I'm going to say early 2000s too, because it didn't stop at the year 2000.
No, just like that hair didn't stop at 1980.
You know, your love of that era of game design and game development, and you mix it with the awesome property franchise that is James Bond and James Bond games of that era. Some of the best mechanics, some of the, you know what I mean, like some of the best maps. It's just all of it. Now, I understand that I'm coming at this also from a heavy nostalgia position with rose-colored glasses, and it's just, for me, it's just perfect. It's the perfect James Bond game, and I know that that's extremely biased going in, but I honestly think if you play the game that there is a strong case to be made for it being kind of just right for exactly when it came out.
And on the other hand of that, Tomorrow Never Dies on N64 is stupid. Boy,
Yeah,
that game sucked.
It's so hit or miss. There is the, perennially beloved GoldenEye, and then there is literally nothing else that anyone ever mentions.
Right.
I'm here to... What is that motion? What
Oh,
is
that's-
you got a shake weight? Is that what's happening?
This is...
I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm here for that, though. I'm here for that James Bond game, is what
So
I'm saying.
this game came with a trank gun, okay?
Oh, the humane option.
And
Then
you can do that.
And then you go shake weight them?
And this is like the plasma trank gun. And this thing, what it does...
I don't like that.
is it vibrates in a manner that is both sexual and painful at the same time.
Deeply erotic. Speaking of deeply erotic,
Oh, right.
Have you
I
watched-
know what you're talking about. already.
have you watched Cronenberg's Crash yet? Because I did what? I did what to you? The
Oh,
other
I was
day?
thinking about some kind of other erotic, but
bet
yeah,
you-
go ahead.
I bet you were. I bet you were, good buddy.
Mine's more homoerotic. I'll explain myself. I didn't watch Crash yet. You forced the DVD on me yesterday. I'm gonna watch it, and the reason I'm gonna watch it is because it's got my boy in it.
How did I? Yeah, that's how I finally sold you on it. I can't believe I never put that together, that you would go for Elias being in it.
I go, yo, yeah, he's a great actor.
Oh, he is a great actor, but it just,
You didn't put it together that he was in it?
I didn't put it together that that would be the way to sell this movie to you.
Because James Spader's the star in that movie,
James
right?
Spader and Holly Hunter are the stars. It's got, what's her face? Arquette. Sorry, one of the Arquettes.
Oh. One of the Marquettes, I don't know.
I apologize to the Arquettes.
They got a whole thing.
Um,
The Arquette should apologize to us.
Except for David. He knows what he did.
Piece of shit.
No, just he knows what he did.
Oh, okay. So anyway,
Courtney Cox, I love you. I love you, 1998. Courtney
all right. I love you, Courtney Cox, 1998 specifically.
Have you seen her now?
No,
Then you don't get that joke, fully, do you?
I guess not.
Or the Google.
So Saturday night, I watched the first Top Gun. And I did so because I was invited to go see Top Gun Maverick. And I said, yes, I will see this movie with you, but first I need to see Top Gun. And it was the movie, we're going to see Top Gun Maverick the next day, so I had to watch.
You would agree, having seen Top Gun Maverick, though, that you didn't need to see the first movie.
I didn't, not at all.
Okay, just so we're clear.
But everyone was telling me,
In
they're
hindsight,
like, you really need to see Top Gun to know what's happening in Top Gun Maverick.
It's the most A to B to C story I've ever seen on film.
I
think.
say to you, I didn't need to watch the first one. I would have been fine.
Yeah.
They kind of explain what's going on, but it helped. I'm glad I watched it.
I think that you probably did catch a little more,
Yeah, for sure.
but this was incomprehensible. No, it's a pretty
No, nothing like
straight
that.
up story where they tell you why everything is happening every step of the way.
Had to scratch my nose and then I died.
Two or
That's what I
three
get.
times, in fact.
So
One life.
my thoughts on Top Gun are this: it is one of the most homoerotic movies I have ever seen in my life.
That was an ice cold take. Everybody knows that to be true.
But everyone joked about it, so then I watch it and I go, "Oh no, there's no joke here. This is what it is."
That is the subtext of the movie.
And I'm sorry if it means a lot to you. It can mean a lot to you and be homoerotic.
I don't think
To say that
there's-
it's not is I disagree completely.
I think to have the knee jerk no it's not reaction is to
Overly defensive.
cast some sort of judgment on homoeroticism. There's nothing wrong with it.
No, I'm gonna be clear about
So-
that. I think it's fine.
So
But the movie is like it's the gays fighting for Tom Cruise's
soul
like soul,
in the way the movie's terms put it, kinda.
and then like Charlie, the love interest in the movie, the female love interest in the movie, is like the straight way, right? Trying to like no, stay straight, right?
Yeah.
And by the end of the movie, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Top Gun, Val Kilmer says something along the lines of,
You can ride my ass anytime. While embracing a man, baby.
which is great.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful expression of friendship, camaraderie, masculinity. It's all there.
That's not where the movie ends, but that's where people think the movie ends. Because in their minds, this is where the movie ends.
It just feels like the end of the Breakfast Club when Judd Nelson puts his fist up. Like when they do the like.
Technically,
deep-
it's not the end of the
when
movie, but
when they
it
do the
is.
deep embrace, it should just hold there, and then the credits start to roll up over their beautiful faces.
Love it.
You know what I mean? Like that's I think how people most people are like, yeah, that's what happens, right?
The Top Gun Maverick, the new one that came out, is not as gay, but it's still a little gay. Which again, it's fine. But the first one, I think that was what they were going for. Like watching the movie, I go, "You're going for like."
Okay, so the first one felt to me like, yes, we have something to say here, so we're putting it in there. That is the subtext. The second one was like, we got to make this one kind of match some of the tones of the first one, so it's gonna be in there. We're still gonna do a beach scene. You bet we are.
Miles Teller did the move.
Miles Teller did the move.
That was awesome.
The bad guy, what's the bad guy? Hangman?
Hangman's not the bad guy. There's no bad guy in this movie.
Shut up. There is the antagonist then.
The
Through
antagonist,
most of the can you not
the Russians
bust
are
my,
the.
can you not bust my balls on this?
Shut up. The antagonists are the Russians, okay?
Wait,
That's who's.
not in Maverick. It's not.
They, kind of.
No, Maverick. It is completely left up to your imagination, and that's why I choose to believe that it's actually Canada.
You know who's the You know who's the antagonist in that movie?
They're flying from Washington into Canada.
The
bombing
element.
that fucking base.
The element known as uranium is the antagonist in Top Gun Maverick.
Enriched uranium. You just had to say that.
Don't die.
Like they could have panned across a like military style computer screen that just had the words enriched uranium on it blinking,
That would have been enough.
and people would have been like, "Oh, I got it. We got to stop that."
They're the bad guys.
Right. Somebody has that.
Stop the uranium mining.
Who has that?
Or
Nobody.
enrichment, rather.
Who cares who has that? They're not going to win. This is Tom Cruise's movie. Like,
Son of a bitch.
you know what I mean? Just embrace this, and that's why I think they just kind of embraced that aspect of the like of their movie world to be like, no, it's not about some big geopolitical statement. It's using these jets as a backdrop to talk about male relationships.
I liked the first one because it didn't feel like there was going to be a bad guy in the movie.
Well, everybody kind of takes their turn.
And I liked that because that's how real life is. There aren't really bad guys in your movie. There's some people that do stupid things to you, and there might be some bad things that happen to you, but by and large, most people are not bad. They're
You
just
will meet stupid people in your life. You will meet weird people in your life. You'll meet people that you don't understand, but very rarely will you meet straight up evil people.
Yeah, it's-
like villain evil people.
that's extremely uncommon.
It's extremely uncommon because most of them end up in jail pretty quickly, or whatever.
And that's kind of what I liked about the movie is because it didn't feel like there was really a bad guy, and that was cool. There are just some.
There's
there-
a situation they need to overcome.
There are situations in life that you have to deal with, and sometimes there's a volleyball match, and you're like, "This is awakening something in
Hanging
me."
with the boys.
And they did. They hung with the boys.
Tongue tight. Tight with those boys.
Hell yeah.
Tight with those tight boys.
Immediately after finishing Top Gun Maverick, I had one word came to mind, and it was tasteful.
Wait, did he shower at her? I'm sorry, the first Top Gun. Did he shower at her place and then just leave?
Yeah, no, she was ready to go, and he's like, so anyway, I'm going to take a shower. I'll see you
Gotta get
later.
ready for my real date.
She was
Anyway,
like,
go on.
hang on. Is this happening? I'm throwing myself at him. He's like, I got to go, baby.
Honestly, I think it's that tactic of like, yeah, I could, I don't. Okay, I'm still gonna leave though. And she's like, oh my god, I find him irresistible.
Right. This is just going to...
This inflamed that.
He's like, all I got to do is miss one, and I'll get all of them. Mm-hmm. That's all it does.
Anyway, go ahead.
I'm going to skip this one time.
I love this Top Gun derailment. Reel it in, buddy. We got 5 minutes.
So I never have to skip again. But no, Top Gun Maverick I thought was tasteful, and the reason that came to mind is because, again, spoilers for Top Gun Maverick. Stop listening now if you don't want to get spoiled.
Stop listening now. 25 minutes into the
Stop
episode.
watching now. Val Kilmer's in it, and they don't.
That is the tasteful part of the movie, yes. That
don't-
and the Jennifer Connelly stuff.
They don't gussy it up.
They do gussy it up. They give him all the dignity and all that kind of stuff.
No,
that
what I
they,
mean by
you
that
know-
is that they didn't make like a fake voice for him.
Oh, yeah, no. I don't think he would have allowed that.
No, he's like, I'm gonna be me in this movie. I'm gonna be, and
I'm going to do this in a way that is respectful to who I am as a person, or I'm not going to do this.
because anyone else that has ever struggled with throat cancer is gonna look at that and go, hang on, this is bullshit. Luckily, they didn't have that happen.
Did you watch that whole Roger Ebert documentary? I think it's
No,
just called
I
Life or Life Itself.
It's called Val, isn't it?
No, I said Roger Ebert.
Oh no, I didn't see that one. No.
So towards the end of his life, Roger Ebert had his lower jaw removed, I believe.
Yeah.
And they filmed the documentary and stuff at that point in his life. So they used a lot of old footage, but obviously all of the present day stuff, the present day kind of framing device of the documentary had him, you know what I mean? So I mean, I think there are ways to do these things that are respectful and way better for everybody involved.
Yeah, losing my voice is one of my greatest fears in life because I'm a mouthy son of a bitch.
Well, and I mean, have you heard you? God, it would be a travesty.
Not so much that. More like I just like talking shit.
Shut up, you buttery voiced angel.
All right. Anyway, I gotta save the kids. We gotta save the kids, Turok. Come on. Come on, man. Oh shit. Kid's dead. Sorry about that.
All right. Who? I'm sorry. Who's Turok?
I'm Turok.
You're Turok?
Yeah. Hang on. Look at this kid's creepy face.
Child.
What? All right, so I'm gonna go change my pants. I think I'm gonna have to pick this up real soon. Oh my god, that was too much. That blasted whatever I was gonna say out of my mind.
A very upsetting thing to say.
Oh,
All right, everybody. We'll see you next time.
up in my therapy sessions to like 4 times a week.
Good night, everybody.